home to you. I got so much work to do. Work, work.
Whoa, I got work to do. So much work to do. I got work, baby.
I got work to do.
I got a job, baby. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I can't wait to get home to you.
I can't wait.
I got so much work to do.
Work, yeah.
Back in the late 90s, when Martin was still one of the biggest sitcoms on TV, Fox actually tried to cook up a spin-off built around one of the show's most beloved side characters, Pamela Pam James, played by Tashina Arnold. And what we got was the 1997 backdoor pilot Goin For Mine, a project that had all the makings of a classic but ended up going nowhere, making it one of those failed sitcoms that fans still look back on and wonder what if. The setup was simple, yet promising. Pam loses her public relations job and through her old high school buddy Trey Foster, played by Dondre Whitfield, lands in the chaotic world of Keep It Real Records, where she crosses paths with a sassy receptionist, a flirty creative director, a goofy messenger, and the cutthroat CEO Sterling Sweets, played by Phil Morris. The backdoor pilot even had a neat arc where Pam discovered her assistant Dante's hidden singing talent, saved Trey's job, and impressed Sweets enough to secure her own position at the company, showing that the series was primed to mix workplace comedy with music industry storylines and plenty of culture-driven laughs. On paper, the formula was strong. Pam had already proven herself as a fan favorite on Martin, stealing scenes with her sharp wit and unmatched comedic timing. And the music industry was red hot in 1997, meaning the show could have pulled real-life artists for cameos and kept things timely. But what ultimately hurt it was everything swirling around the timing and the network's uncertainty. Because by then, Martin itself was crumbling under lawsuits, cast drama, and fatigue, making Fox hesitant to double down on a spin-off, tied so closely to that universe. Plus, the tone of the pilot never quite landed. Was it a hustle story, a satire of the record biz, or a quirky workplace ensemble? And Fox at that point was already pivoting into shows like That 70s Show and Malcolm in the Middle, while still carrying a heavy slate of black-led sitcoms like Living Single, The Jamie Foxx Show, and Moesha. So they weren't sure if Pam as a lead could stand out without Martin Lawrence attached. All of that combined meant the network shelved the idea, leaving Goin For Mine as a casualty of bad timing and network politics. And that's the real shame, because if it had been picked up, it could have easily become Living Single meets Empire long before its time, blending Pam's sass with the glam and grind of the music industry. And while it never got its shot, the pilot still proved that Arnold had the star power to anchor her own show, something she would later remind everyone of in Everybody Hates Chris and Survivor's Remorse. So, in hindsight, Goin For Mine isn't just a forgotten failed spin-off or a backdoor pilot that you probably missed. It's a glimpse of how Fox missed out on letting Pam shine at the center of her own sitcom empire. What often gets overlooked too is that Goin For Mine actually had a strong theme song that fit perfectly with the late 90s vibe. A catchy intro that immediately told audiences this was going to be a show with flavor, swagger, and its own identity separate from Martin. A good theme song can carry a sitcom, setting the mood before a single joke is told, and this one felt like it could have been played on the radio in '97, matching Pam's new world in music with a sense of rhythm and personality that made you want to see what happened next. Imagine every week hearing that theme roll in, with Pam strutting into the record label, trading barbs with Donna at the front desk, giving side-eye to Tony's corny pickup lines, and walking into Sterling Sweet's office like she owned the place. It would have cemented the show in viewers' memories the way Martin's What's Up theme did. As for what episodes might have looked like beyond the pilot, there's no shortage of possibilities that would have made for funny and culturally relevant plots. One week could have focused on Pam trying to land a hot new act only to discover the artist was too wild for the label to control, forcing her to balance business with babysitting. Another could have leaned on Trey and Pam's chemistry, with Trey jealous that Pam's instincts kept outshining his, setting up a friendly but competitive dynamic. Sterling Sweets could have had entire arcs where he put impossible demands on the team, like finding a chart topper in 48 hours, leading to crazy showcase nights and industry cameos. Donna, the receptionist, could have been the insider gossip plug, always spilling tea about rival record labels. Clyde the messenger might have ended up being the comic relief who somehow delivered big breaks by accident, like dropping off the wrong demo tape to the right producer. Pam's assistant Dante, the hidden talent from the pilot, could have become a recurring presence, with Pam managing his rise while juggling other acts. Even Martin, Gina, Cole, or Tommy could have popped in for crossovers, either supporting Pam or clowning her for her new boss lady life. It could have been a show that highlighted the struggles of black women in male-dominated industries while still keeping the laughs coming every week. Now, when you step back and compare it to today, the irony is almost too perfect. Nearly 30 years after Martin, Tommy Davidson is finally getting his own spin-off connected to the series, showing that the appetite for revisiting that world is still alive. So it begs the question, if networks see the value in building a spin-off now, why couldn't the same be done for Pam today? Tichina Arnold is not only still active but arguably more respected now, with multiple hit shows under her belt and a reputation as a TV veteran who always delivers. A modern-day Goin For Mine could work in ways the original couldn't, especially in today's era of nostalgia. Picture Pam as a seasoned industry vet mentoring a new generation of artists, clashing with TikTok trends, and still carrying that same sharp wit and attitude. The music industry is bigger, wilder, and more reality TV ready than ever, and Pam could thrive in that world, whether as a sitcom lead or even a dramedy that mixes humor with heartfelt moments. The deeper truth is that Goin For Mine was ahead of its time. If it had been made in the 2000s, in the era of shows like Girlfriends or even later with Empire, it might have flourished. If it was released today, it could fit right into the mix of workplace comedies and cultural showcases that audiences love. But in 1997, Fox couldn't quite see the vision. They underestimated Pam's ability to stand on her own, misjudged the power of the music industry as a setting, and missed the chance to let a black woman lead a sitcom about hustling, grinding, and proving herself. It's easy to imagine seasons full of Pam's comebacks, her dating misadventures, her battles with Sweet's impossible standards, and her triumphant moments discovering the next big star. But instead, it sits in the vault of failed pilots, remembered mostly by diehard fans of Martin. And that's why the show deserves to be revisited, studied, and given its flowers. Because at its core, it wasn't just a failed backdoor pilot. It was a missed opportunity for television history. One that could still find life today if the industry finally realizes what Fox didn't back then. Pam was always ready to be the star of her own show, and Goin For Mine was proof of that long before anyone else was willing to admit it.